Hey guys, this is today's lesson. It's topic 6, lesson 2. It's all about fractions and decimals and how they're related to each other, because remember, fractions are just unfinished division problems, and when you divide, a lot of times you end up with a decimal. So you're going to need your paper and your pencil for your notes. Our job is, what our objective is to write equivalent fractions and decimals, things that are equal to each other. A fraction of 1 over 2 is equal to the decimal of 5/10, and that's what we're going to work on today. So you need to use Roman numeral number 2, because it's lesson 2 in topic 6, fractions and decimals. Letter A, we're going to talk about first is that the place value becomes the name of the denominator. And what does that mean? Remember, the denominator is the bottom number in the fraction. The denominator, remember, it's the denominator. It's the wrestler guy who holds up the little denominator. Okay, so this is the bottom number right here. So what we need to do is we're going to look at some shapes like this and figure out the fraction and the decimal equivalent. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to count how many pieces there are all together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All the pieces together, 10, that's the denominator. It's the total. Now the shaded part would become the numerator, the little guy stuck on top of the big denominator wrestler. Do you know what I'm talking about? Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4. That is the numerator. And we can reduce this. We can make it smaller. Remember that a 4 is really a 2 times 2. And a 10 is really a 2 times 5. And we're going to cross out our matches. So we end up with the fraction of 2 over 5. So this is really 2/5. But how do we turn that into a decimal? Well, another way of saying this is thinking about this whole thing. So this is the 10, or the tenths place. The tenths place in our decimal. And we want a 4 in the tenths place. So I put my decimal and a 4 in the tenths place, 4/10. So this number and this number mean the same thing. Let's look at this one right here. It's a lot more boxes. We count, we've got 10 across and 10 up, which means that there's 100 boxes right here. So my denominator is going to be 100. And now we need to count them. 10, 20, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36. There's 36 in the numerator. We need to reduce that. So 36 is really 6 times 6, or a 2 times 2 times 3 times 3. We did that, remember, with our factor tree. Let's just try real quick. 6 times 6, 2 times 3, 2 times 3. Oh, good, that's what it is. And then our denominator is 100, which is going to be 5 times 5 times 2 times 2. We're going to cross out our matching pairs. And we end up with a 9 over 25, or 3 times 3 is 9, 5 times 5 is 25. Remember, that's from last topic. But now we need to turn this into a decimal. 3600, or 36 hundredths. So we add our decimal, and we write 36, so that the last number ends up in the place value, 36 hundredths. Okay? Now let's look at this one. This one is a decimal. It's in the 5/10 place. So it's going to be 5 over 10, 5/10, which we reduce to 1/2. This is 16 hundredths, because it's the hundredths place. Remember, we learned that in topic 2. 16 over 100. And we reduce that to, let's see, 4 times 4, 4/25. Okay. I want you guys to try one real quick. I'm going to erase some of this. What would be the place value of this one? Tenths, hundredths, thousandths. So it'd be 37 over 1,000. And since it's prime, we're done. Do we need this 0 in front? No. We could put it if we really want to, but it's useless. Okay. That's the first half. The second half is turning fractions into decimals. Remember, fractions are just unfinished division problems. The fraction bar just means divide. This says, remember, 5 divided by 8. 5 divided by 8. We went over that in lesson 1. Can 8 go into a 5? No. So we add a decimal on top and 2 zeros to the bottom. 8 goes into 50 6 times. We're going to subtract and bring down the next number. 8 goes into 20 2 times. We're going to subtract and bring down the next number. Uh-oh, there isn't one, but we can add zeros. 8 goes into 40 5 times. So 5 eighths really equals 0.625 or 625 thousandths. Let's try again here with 9/25. I'm going to erase this work so we have plenty of space to see. So let's change the color up. So 9 divided by 25. 9 divided by 25. Remember, the top number gets to go inside the house. The winner gets to go inside. Can a 25 go into a 9? No. So we add a decimal on top and 2 zeros to the bottom. 25 goes into 90 3 times. We get 75. We're going to do our subtraction. Bring down our next number. And 25 goes into 150 6 times. And we're all done. There's nothing else to bring down. So 9/25 is equal to 36 hundredths. Okay, guys, that's it. Good luck. Oh, wait, let's try